What I'm hearing is China's locking down. They've been locking down. And when I obviously I'm not the highest intelligent person, but what I think I can contribute to the world or whatever is different ideas of connecting different dots together. Um, uh, it's we're really limited to the information that comes out of China. Uh, so there's a lot of guessing going on. How quickly we are devaluing our dollar, um, and now the Fed's trying to prop it back up. But China's the only one locking their people down still over the virus of 2020. Now, why? They're the only people doing it. Who's the number one supplier to America for goods? China. What did they just get into an agreement with Russia, Brazil, and other countries? I think Saudi Arabia joined a BRICS currency. This currency would be backed by commodities. You've seen Russia investing a lot in gold, from what I hear from really highly intelligent people. Um, why are they locking down? Why are they locking manufacturing down? Why don't they want to make money? Is it because they know the American dollar is about to be worthless? Because if the BRICS currency becomes the number one currency, and everyone backs their currency with the BRICS currency, what you see other countries coming onto it, and becomes the world reserve currency, what happens to the American dollar? What happens to it? Nobody wants it no more. So we depend on a lot of Chinese manufacturing. They say, we're going to take a hit for right now, right? So we can hurt America. We don't want your money. Um, your useless money. This is a economic and manufacturing war, and our leaders have allowed companies to go and profit off of low wages in China to manufacture goods to send back to America. Um, when the American dollar doesn't become the world's um, back currency no more, what happens? It becomes pretty much to worthless, to pretty much useless. Um, Hyperinflation. Everyone, from what I hear, all these people who have our money will try to dump it back onto us. They don't want it no more. Um, because it ain't worth shit. It seems like America's wealth has been sucked out. We've been distracted by bullshit, by petty bullshit, by um, weird shit that society's trying to adopt. Uh, Weird taboo shit that the left is trying to make to normalize um, by politics, by being divided against each other, by, well, that stuff has pretty much replaced entertainment from the 90s. Distract, distract, and then take out the wealth. Take it out. Launder it out. Um, think about it. Think about it. Who's gonna be hurting first? I mean, the dollar's number one. They say is strengthening, and that would be like the mainstream or whatever. Why would it be strengthening? Why? When you got BRICS competing with our dollar, or starting to compete, and if you have other countries jumping on that currency, I mean, war. That's the last thing that America has to start war, because that's the only thing that gives our currency any type of power at this point. Um, and I think that's what the real issues are overseas. Is, I mean, obviously America is a puppet controlled by the elites with the Federal Reserve. Um, I don't think the elites have as much power as they want yet. I think they're getting where they want to be, but they don't have it yet. Or else they just like completely take over. Um, this whole um, man, it's crazy to think about that. If they stop producing, if China stops producing, and we stop getting stuff, so the goods will be inflated. You won't have as many goods. Stuff will cost more. Um, people won't be able to pay for those goods because they cost more. Um, for the goods that they need, they're going to have to sacrifice other goods, so that would be luxury items. Um, yeah, it's a huge, it's an informational war. It's an economic war. Um, it's a human trafficking war. Um, Propaganda, obviously, informational. Um, slightly physical, not all out yet. I mean, yeah, Russia versus Ukraine. Uh, I think the more, I don't know. I'm wondering if these countries, like, if you think about it, okay, the Federal Reserve, that and that's the American dollar, is the number one currency, and what's rivaling it is BRICS. So, are these countries, um, are these countries not controlled by the elites? The ones who's pushing forth a new world order, the one who's pushing forth division, debauchery, um, like American culture is quickly evaporating. It's all of its morals. Um, it's quickly becoming a degenerate society. It was a slow decay. I watched it slowly decay um, when I was younger. You can see this with the family, but it is quickly decaying very rapidly. Now, America is, and the federal government is definitely controlled by the elite in the world. And it makes me wonder. I'm not on like anybody's side when it comes to like breaks or whatever, but it makes me wonder if like they are not controlled by the establishment, and the establishment are the elites. That's very dangerous. Like I don't think if we go into like a third world country, I don't see it happening. I really don't. Um, I think that's why they wanted to push certain things in 2020 and 2021. I hate having to step around words. I wish I could use words and not have to worry about things. Um, to get rid of people. People, pe- People are highly confused right now. Um, there's a battle against males and females here in America. Uh, regular men aren't looked at like myself like we're worth a damn to society, even though like most of us are the ones keeping the infrastructure going, the lights on, the water flowing in your pipes. Not necessarily me, but people like me. But we're looked down on by growing even high, even more so by females. High standards of living that is perpetuated by their parents. I always heard of gold diggers when I was younger, but they didn't seem to be as much. It seems to be more prevalent nowadays, and more accepted. You're seeing female promiscuity be more accepted. This is a thing with females, and this is what where I was getting at, and this is where I was trying to get at. Um, when I'm on like a TikTok, or I don't even have to like search anything on, like I just pull up the search menu and then I see these females showing their backsides. Um, they're constantly over sexualizing themselves. When I'm at the gym, these females just wearing the tightest stuff. Um, there's no mystery. There's no mystery at all. I'm starving to see females in dresses. I'm starving for that. Um, it's over sexualized, oversaturated, and to me it's boring. I already see everything. I already see everything. I mean, it's nice to look at. I'm not gonna lie, it's not nice, but to me, at this point, since there's just like an abundance of it, it's not like there was a scarcity of it before. When it's like, oh man, that's special, or it's bad to say like the debauchery or degeneracy was special, but when you have like a scarcity of something, it kind of like um, obviously we're attracted to females' bodies and the female femininity and the pretty faces, but healthy bodies, most of us. Um, when there's a scarcity of females' curves, I remember in high school, the only girl, there was no white girls with a nice booty like they have nowadays. There was like one, that was it. Um, but now it's like very common, pretty common. It's almost less common to see a girl with a flat booty. It sounds weird, I know. I just think that there's less, especially if you go to the gym. Like you don't really see, you see more girls with, well, I should say, females, women with booties, as opposed to just flat. in some kind of weird way, like the flat booty, which I never liked. Since it's scarce, I'm kind of like I'm intrigued by the visuality of it because the other booty, the diaper booty, it's everywhere now, and there's no scarcity of that. So like for me, um, like what I like out of a woman isn't necessarily like big boobs. I never really cared about that, or and it sounds like I'm a creep when I'm talking about this, but I think I'm ahead of a lot of men, honestly. So eh, it is what it is. You call me creep, but I'm just like speaking truths. And I used to really like the shape of the hips of females. Well, I'm just like kind of enamored by like skinny women now, like really slender women. Um, it just seems more feminine. Um, the girls with like this big thighs, muscly booties. It makes me wonder if like they've taken testosterone boosters. Um, and they're kind of masculine too. So I'm not attracted to that. I like female. I like feminine women. Um, and that's why I say I'm like starving to see females in dresses. I don't ever see it ever. I never see it when I go out. It is a rare thing to see a female in a dress. I remember when me and my ex fiance, you know, she would wear sundresses, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was all about that. I thought that was highly attractive. But this is a huge thing. You don't see many women day to day basis wearing dresses. Even fucking dude, even a woman wearing a dress close to her knees is like really attractive to me. Since there's such an abundance of females showing off everything, the mysteriousness is intriguing. And I'm wondering if like that is kind of turning me off to women too because they're hyper, you know, masculine nowadays. And what's crazy to me is like every time I look at an attractive woman, all I can think about like all I can think about nowadays is she's been with like 100 guys, physically, maybe 500, a high ass body count. And if I hear a woman's only been with like 20 guys and she's a really attractive young woman, I just don't believe it. And as opposed to like 10 years ago when I would see the same type of woman, I would think she's innocent. She hasn't been with that many guys. And perhaps me having a bunch of sexual partners in my past has um, put this in my head. So I know that not all women have high body counts. Um, but I just look at like the average woman because it seems like since females still want relationships for whatever, I think it's because they want to protect their own security, financial security going forward. That's the only reason why that they want relationships. I think that a lot of women just use sex for affection. They don't cuddling, holding hands, kissing, um, like a gentle, uh, affectionate kiss, not a passionate, let's get down and dirty kiss. Hugs, like a nice warm hug, um, like a hug that lasts more than like it's like a couple seconds, like a nice embrace. I think that females are substituting that um, for for sex. That's how they get their affection, and that's why I think that they get a huge body count. Plus, I think that a lot of women have access to a lot more alpha males than they did before, and obviously these alpha males are taking advantage of the situation. And I can't blame them. I would have done it too. Probably if I was in their position, I'd probably do it right now too. I can't hate on it, but it makes me wonder, like, where's the direction of women? Like, where are you going here in America? Like, don't you realize, like, if you're a man and you get yourself together, um, you could you don't have to get married to a woman. If you put yourself, if you work hard enough and you put yourself on that level, I think social status is huge. I think it's huge. Money is big, but it just helps you get access to different freedoms, to do different things and experiences. If you're at a roller coaster place, you just buy the standard ticket. You can be waiting in line forever, or you get the speed pass and you don't have to wait as long. Um, which money is very important, but I think social status is huge. Um, having relevance on the internet is a huge thing. Um, if you got a blue check mark on Instagram, obviously you're gonna be taking very care. You're in a different club. So if you see an attractive woman without one, obviously you're already above her, and she sees it. She's like, "Oh, he's already above me. I don't have a check mark. Maybe I got 10,000 followers, but this person has 100,000 followers." Um, and that's the currency that we're. It's a type of social currency. Like, we're not going to keep our physical paper dollars, man. You you trust you trust you, you you trust a check mark on Twitter, like, well, the old style. I would trust, like, a Jack Posobiec's word, um, more so than somebody like me, when they're reporting something that's happening. Now, why is that? Why would I trust him more than me? Well, because he's got a lot more viewers, he's got a lot more followers, so he's got to be more responsible for his um, the information he puts out there. Because if he puts out the wrong information, he's going to be chastised and not taken seriously no more. So he's got to do his research. There's there's a lot of responsibility that comes with having having popularity, trying to maintain that popularity on social media or the internet. Same goes for money, owning a business. There's a lot of responsibility in that. You got people relying on you. You got the, their income might just be one income coming from you, and if you make the wrong decision, they might lose their job. The company go belly up, and not only will they lose their job, their family will suffer too. So you've got not only, like, the people that work for you, but then the people that rely on them. So there's, like, a lot of responsibility when it comes to having a lot of money, having a lot of social status. You have to be careful what you say. Um, but like, is this what women really want in America, though? Like, seriously, is this what you really want? You really want, instead of having a man that cares about you, he might not be a billionaire, he might not be a millionaire, he might not be a blue check mark. He's the bottom 80%. But because he doesn't make $100,000, but he does a lot of good check marks. You might have to withstand a lower a more common life if you want. And I think if you want to have a family, that's probably the best bet. I think the best bet if you want to have a family going forward is, and what is being completely demonized in society, the stay-at-home mom. A stay-at-home mom is highly beneficial. You might have to live a lower standard of living. You might have to. You might have to have more of a boring life. But I think in the end, it's more beneficial for your family, for your kids, to not have a high profile on the internet. I think that women have a high profile on the internet. What it does with a man that doesn't is that makes it him feel insecure. He's got to not only compete with the men that are in your lives, maybe his own friends, maybe one of his family members, or just regular dudes on the street, but he's got to compete with all these people on the internet now, and he don't have any social proof on the internet. And you have to understand that. Like, a lot of women don't understand, like, they want a traditional man. Oh, you need to pay for me first when we go on a date, but they don't, and you need to take me out for dinner. They're like demanding it, and they don't understand that. Why would I want to take you out for dinner? Why wouldn't I just take you out for a drink, a coffee, an ice cream, a milkshake, alcoholic beverage? Because if we don't vibe and we've never met anywhere, that's how we do dating now, is on the internet. We meet, we don't like each other. Why do I want to sit here for an hour eating with you? You're a stranger. And then I have to think about how I'm going to spit this. If I make the wrong decision because, perhaps you're more of a feminist. Women, even the MAGA women, are some level of feminist. I got to think to myself, is she going to be upset if I say we should split? Is she not going to see me again? Is she going to think I'm a cheapskate? Not understanding the situation, trying to live in like the old paradigm of like the 50s, and not understanding society as a whole nowadays, that there's a lot of men that get used for their money, for free meals, and it goes the other way too for men. A lot of women get used for their bodies. So don't put out. Don't put out. I've, listen, man. I don't like these videos being so long, but it doesn't fucking matter. When I remember this game I play with myself. I've been with a lot of different women. I've had my fair share of one night stands, and what I've learned from myself is this: if I have a one night stand with a woman, I don't care about her at all. I'm almost repulsed after I'm done. Okay, and that sounds bad, and a lot of men can relate. I don't know you. I haven't put in any work, slightly a little bit of work and effort to make you attracted to me, to want to do that. But when it comes to, but after it's done, I don't know you. I feel like, and it's weird because I've seen women on social media like a month later. I'm like, why did I stop talking to her? Why am I not attracted to her? She's freaking hot. She's good looking. Like, what is wrong with me? is because I've already. It's hard to explain. It's like I haven't developed any type of relationship with her. Um, and men need to understand, like, if she's attracted to you, it doesn't matter what woman it is. It really doesn't matter her upbringing. If you're high enough fucking status, do you think that she's gonna turn down Leonardo DiCaprio? I mean, what woman would do that? If a woman had a position to have some high status man himself at her, um, do you think she would just say no? You're gonna have to wait. He's gonna be like, okay, whatever, see ya, and then she's just. I I just think that uh most, if not all, women would take him up on his offer, or like The Rock, like they can turn down The Rock. He's like, oh, okay, that's. He's like, putting his moves on, and she's like, oh, I just met you. Do you think that? Okay, whatever. I'm The Rock. Like, I get whatever girl I want. It's almost like, um, I just don't think many women and men too, it would go over the same thing. Like, um, who Billie Eilish or Taylor Swift, if she was like, she came up to some scrub, some bum like me, and she was like, "Hey, that's bang or whatever." Like, do you think I'm gonna turn her down? You think what man do you think is gonna turn that down? Like, or any hot girl at all? Even a girl working at fucking Burger King, it's um, it's a highly complex situation, and females need to understand, like, you can be independent if you want. That's cool. You want to be an alpha dog. Just realize that um uh, alpha men aren't going to be attracted to alpha women. Men don't want to. We It don't matter. You could be the most alpha dude out here. um I don't claim I'm alpha. I'm not. I don't claim I think that dudes who claim they're alpha are like the opposite. And they're just trying to put on some kind of type of persona because they're insecure. I don't think alpha people have to like um, announce to the world they're alpha. I think their persona just shows. But even the most alpha dude out here isn't isn't gonna want an alpha woman. He's not gonna want to compete with her. He's not gonna want to put work in to put her to make her submit, to make her relax, because she's gonna want to give direction. He wants nice and easy when it comes. He wants lighthearted, fun, playful. Like, he don't want to put in damn fucking work. Um, um, we want easy going. We have to deal. We're already in competition with other men. We don't want to be in we don't want. We work our ass off all day, whatever the fuck we're doing. Whether we're running the country or running a factory, we're running, we're doing blue collar work in the factory, or running pipelines or building a house. We don't want to come home and have to compete with our woman. We want to relax. We've been busting our ass all day. We don't want to be busting our ass 24/7. I remember seeing, and it could just be a satire fucking video on TikTok, but this woman is like, if a man is sleeping on his stomach, I'm not gonna have anything to do with them. He's feminine. How's he gonna protect me if somebody breaks in? It's like, so I can't even sleep on my stomach. I can't sleep on my side. Uh, Give me a fucking break. It's absurd. Um, I it's just dumb. So women have to like come to the realization that, uh, like this is the big thing. Like, if you want to be an independent woman, You don't want a relationship, and if you want a relationship, understand like you're the one. You're you can't be independent and be dependent at the same fucking time. I mean, if you're gonna be that complex, don't expect the man to be complex. Um, it's up to you to switch that on and off. If you want to go in the business fucking world and be an alpha boss woman, okay, that's cool. You do that. You direct all these people, but when you come home to your man, you have to let your guard down. You can't expect, or you come home and you're gonna be like that at home with him too. Expect to have a beta male. Because the same guy, because women want to date or marry somebody on their level or above. So obviously, this boss woman's gonna be with a boss dude. He's not gonna want to go through the same shit directing people, have all this responsibility, come home, and then have to fucking like wrestle her fucking ego too, like wrestle her fucking bullshit, her masculinity. You're not gonna want to deal with that shit. And that's where they get things wrong, and that's why you'll see a lot of single old women going forward. And yes, there is a lot of single men who are fucking lonely because um, the family traditionally has given us a purpose. Okay, um, we go out, provide for our family, protect our family. Since females really don't want that, it's we just have to adapt. And the best way to adapt is just become the most attractive you can to a women and don't settle down with any of them. You know, like you don't want to live with these women. You don't want to live underneath their thumb. You make the wrong move, they kick you out. You ain't got nowhere to go. You're gonna be homeless on the street. You go all in. That's, I remember I was in that situation with my ex fiance, and I was living in her house, and I was scared to fucking death, dude. I was a beta dude, like I was straight up, and I'm not saying I'm changed that much to like this alpha dog or nothing, but I was a blue pill fucking beta bitch. I looked past some shit. I think that she fucking cheated on me. I think I had some pretty good proof that she did when she ended up pregnant, and I can't get anybody pregnant. She said she was pregnant. She said she had a miscarriage. Maybe she had it terminated. I don't fucking know. But I got myself checked out. They said I couldn't get no one pregnant. And guess what? I took her back. I tried to believe her. But when I lived with her, like multiple times, 2 different times I lived with her. Maybe 3 I lived in her house. Moved out, came back in, maybe twice. Um, I was scared to death, dude. I was scared to death. Felt like I was walking on eggshells. And in that situation, she was a single mom too. So I was on the fucking back. I didn't feel like I really had a purpose there anyway. Didn't feel like I even belonged. Her dad paid her way. Didn't matter if I was there or not. And I just was there. Didn't fucking matter. I was just a warm fucking body. But I was scared to death, man. I was scared to even put any moves on her. Um, you don't want to be in that position as a man. You don't want to be in that position. That's a hard, and you ain't got nowhere to go. You don't have no backup plan. Like if you move in with the girl, you better make sure you got a backup plan. That's all I gotta say. Um, we don't want to compete. We don't. You're in a good position where you can, and it sucks because you have to protect yourself with STDs. But I mean, honestly, you can get married to a girl, a woman, and then she can go out and cheat on you, bring something home anyway. So it's just, you can out here have fun, protect yourself. Um, they really, if as long as you don't burn bridges and are a complete dickhead to them, you know, they shouldn't come on to you with stupid shit like false allegations. Like TFM, he always talks about dolls and shit. And for me, I think that's fucking weird because I'm a girl, man. I don't want to play with a fucking giant Barbie. I don't want to have to brush his fucking hair, clothe it, clean up, or like what he does with them. Um, I like TFM, but I think I would just. I understand there's risks when it comes to dealing with women, but for me, I'd rather just either not deal with women or for a certain period of time and just be a gentleman, dude. Just be cool. Just be cool, and you'll be fine. Um, if you're that worried that you're gonna be a dick and they're gonna end up saying this stuff, like maybe you need to work on yourself. Maybe there's some personality things um, that you have to work on. If they're pushing forth those allegations, and some of them do it for attention, for sure, but I haven't had any women coming back on me saying anything like crazy. Um, a lot of women that I've dealt with in the past just don't talk to me no more, and that's cool. I wish the best for them. Um, but I know that I didn't force myself on nobody, and uh, I treated them good, and they just submit to me, whatever it is. Um, yeah, going forward, women, you're gonna be pretty lonely. So you're just got to, you're not if you don't have kids, you know, it can be pretty lonely when you get to be an old lady. Uh, People do it all the time now, though. So if that's what they want, that's what they want. They cherish their material things and stuff like that more than people. Uh, it's kind of weird because usually women are more about people than they are. I don't know. They're more about social and interacting than men are. But that's why a lot naturally women like to like in the past before all the brainwashing and stuff that we're going through right now with feminism. I don't need no man for nothing. Traditionally, they wanted the man, they wanted kids, they wanted to take care of their kids. But like I was going into, like if you definitely want to homeschool your kids too. Like you definitely, if you're a woman and you want to have a career, there's no reason why you can't wait on that. There's no reason why you can't wait on going to college. Like this is what I would tell my if I had a daughter. Listen, this is what I would tell her. Okay, if you want to do, um, if you want to go to college and be a boss woman right off the bat, go ahead, go ahead. But you're probably going to be sacrificing having a family. But if I would tell her, um, if you want a family, you better look for a good stable man that you can count on. This can be a good father figure for your kids, and you have tons of time, and that's what you should be focusing your time on. And then getting that out of the way. That way you got your kids, you got your husband, um, that's all squared away, and then stay together. And do what you can to stay together, at least until the kids are fucking adults, until they're independent. And then if you don't like the man, then whatever. It'd be cool, like if you guys, made an agreement, like yeah, we maybe we don't like each other no more, but I'm not gonna try to like screw you over. Either one of them be like, yeah, we're gonna be adults about this, and we're going to split up. But that's just stick it out for the kids. And I'm a hypocrite for saying this. I'm a hypocrite. Um, there's other things. Anyway, like try to get along with that person. And then when the kids are old enough, like you have to put on a fucking. It sucks though. Like if that's why you have to find somebody that you can really you really like. I would say when your kids are older and you got the extra time on your hands, then you could do the college, then you can get your career and shit. I mean, once the kids are late teenagers, and if you're a stay-at-home mom, and the dad's um, working and providing for you both, there's no reason why you can't take uh, online classes. You know, there's no reason why you can't take online classes when you're younger, when the kids are younger. But the kids really they need you, like for real, for women. Like the kids need you. They need when they're young. They don't need you shipping them off to daycare. That's why it's good to find a good, stable man and and understand like a dude that's gonna cherish you and be mature and want the same things and not gonna walk out on you and understand like your true value and the sexual market value to his. Like if you're a 6 and you're trying to get a 10 to settle down or a 9, and he's probably gonna cheat on you. He's probably not gonna stick around. Or a bad boy, an immature guy. So you have to like weed these people out. And same goes for dudes. Like if you um, are dating a woman that's kind of out of your league, whether it's she likes to be taken care of financially or um, maybe looks wise or whatever, she possibly could cheat on you. You better have like A plus game. You better have like A plus game. And definitely have a good physique. At least have that if you ain't gonna have any money. But a lot of these females that are like upper good looking women, they tend to want guys that have money to provide for them. And women are still in the old mindset of the guy's got to make as much as me or more. They're still putting that value on it today, which they need to look in the mirror and understand that that is an old way of thinking. There's men provide much more to a situation than just money, especially if you make your own money. Um, it doesn't make the guy any less of a man. It really doesn't. Um, like you got your pretty boy. You got your pretty boy gym rat guy, right? And what happens if he gets his ego gets the best out of him and he messes with the wrong dude that could whoop his ass? And now he's not gonna be that pretty boy no more because his face is gonna be fucked up. So if you're just valuing just looks, if looks is so much, then what happens if when that happens he just totally starts going south with his physique, you know? So like a lot of these guys that are in the gym and they're gym rats, they're so one dimensional. They're so one dimensional. And I might not be like the best. Okay, I might not be in the best shape. Okay. But when I go to the gym, I see these big dudes and it really doesn't take I mean, of course it takes the work. You have to have good discipline. Going to the gym all the time, um, eating right. Some of these guys do take fucking extra shit to pump them up, steroids or whatever. But how one dimensional a lot of these guys are. I'm going out there playing basketball. I'm 42 and I'm not the greatest, but I'm over here hitting the heavy bag. I don't see anybody using that. Um, even when I go swimming, I don't see any of these blockheads swimming. They are just like completely one dimensional. So that's something that you have to take into account too. But females, they're mostly worried about, because we're bigger than them, usually stronger. They're just worried about us like physically hurting them. That's that's basically it. But this video is 50 minutes long. Uh, long enough. Y'all take it easy.